Welcome to Whoop with Jen, and welcome to what I'd like to call today's pod light. I haven't dropped in a few weeks, not because I haven't wanted to, but there's a thing called time and money and needing to work, and this pod isn't paying for itself yet. So I've been putting work before joy, which sounds awful, and probably a ton of people do it. I know it's the true cause of my anxiety because I'm calling it work. Not what I do and what I love, but work. I have 2 paying jobs, and this particular one that I'm doing right now is from my former CPA years. I do consulting assignments from time to time because I genuinely love helping people. It's just that life has a funny way of turning it from helping and what I'd like to think of as service to delivering. Fast paced, like an Amazon Prime driver on, Black Friday, because once someone has a need and you've filled it, the needs multiply and the entire scenario blows up. It's not that I'm not thankful for the work and the fact that I do almost no business development because of my network. I do take pride in being a good problem solver. It's just that that big something is missing and it feels more like a duty than a passion. And I can't even imagine how many people feel that way about the thing they do more hours of the day than they do sleeping, spending time with their family and friends, eating, relaxing, or a fun hobby of choice, let alone exercise. My dad is from the generation where he literally had only one employer his entire paid career. He and my mom could never understand my desire to be happy with work. I should be grateful to have work and listen to my, bosses and do my job that put decent money in the bank and food on the table and paid for a vacation once a year. Oh yeah, a vacation that would make the week before and after a living hell because it never was a week off. It was a week shoved into other weeks. And then once technology kicked in with cell phones, now I was accessible everywhere. I have to say that, over 2 decades, I've gotten pretty good at letting people know I won't be available when on vacation. And then, of course, I go somewhere with terrible Wi-Fi, like my favorite place in Costa Rica. And my real estate clients have offers on their houses or need me to write up contracts. It never fails. And I actually wouldn't have it any other way. So this tradition of work and idea of work kills me. I have a friend who left her career in finance to start a fashion blog, which has led her to many, many, many followers, which led her to modeling, which has now led her to her new recently launched clothing line. This isn't work for her. It's her passion, and it shows, and she's good at it. And despite her killer gorgeous looks and body, hot and romantic relationship with her very handsome and nice husband, 2 adorable kids, she's absolutely one of the nicest people I know. And she is 10 years younger than me and inspires me every day. She was the first person who said yes to talking with me about launching the concept of a pod and is the first one to like my Instagram posts. And it's that type of inspiration that keeps me going. It's just going to take me a little longer. The only thing I'm not envious of her is that her kids are still young, and I am really happy to be past those years. Another inspiration I had recently, 2 days ago, is that we were at the train park where the city of Scottsdale puts on a special night for special kids. The train park is huge. It's about 40 acres with a train to ride, obviously, carousel, playground, model trains, a museum, gazebos to hold birthday parties or other events, and it's basically free entrance except for the really nominal prices for the rides. Both my kids loved the train park growing up, and Elle still does. She'll just go to play on the playground. At Christmas, they put up a ton of lit tunnels and lights, and all the trains and displays and are decorated, and the trees, and they play Christmas music, and there's blowing snow. I mean, it's not real snow. And at night, it is really an absolutely gorgeous experience. And every year, they invite the special needs community to come for their own exclusive night, absolutely free of charge. And they have face painting, balloon animals, characters like Elsa and Anna and the Grinch. Santa is there. There's cookie decorating, you name it. And it is the best night of the year because of the joy of the kids being able to just be whoever they are. There's smiles on the parents' faces because they don't have to worry about their kid being different. And you can tell that the volunteers embrace and really enjoy all of this. And we always get to meet our besties there from our former neighborhood and their son so that he and Elle can ride the train together. It's a quick night, but good things don't have to last long. I had just settled on the train, which are really just kind of open benches, and a lady came over to me to say hi. She is a friend and someone whom I've connected with over the years, as her special needs son is older than Elle, and she was a great resource of information for me and inspiration. And she introduced herself because we've only seen each other in person a time or two, and we just immediately hugged, and we were so happy to see each other because this community is inspiring. She told me that she loved my podcast, and I lamented that I had been so busy, quote unquote, working that I had not dropped one in a while. She said she was still impressed that I was ever able to do one a week at all. And all of a sudden, that just took a huge weight off of me and the pressure, because she reminded me that this is not work for me. This is my life, an outlet of creativity and soul of who I am as a person. It's why I've always wanted to connect with people and to give to others who might need their own inspiration. So thank you, Robin, for reminding me, for being my inspiration of what it means to be an advocate and relentless warrior so many years ago when the idea was really new and scary. And thank you for binge listening to my pods too. I cannot wait to do one with you. The one good thing about having some extra cash around is that I now feel empowered to do house projects that I've been holding off on. I've been able to renovate my pantry, woohoo, put in storage under my stairs. Yes, I'm a clutter nerd. I don't like clutter. And yesterday was the sexiest project of them all. I had my heating and cooling duct work redone. Yes, my house is only 2.5 years old, but it is a mass-produced home, and builders sometimes cut corners or they just have subcontractors that suck. One of our rooms would be freezing, the other one would be hot, and none of the thermostats seemed to actually read the temperature. I'd be in my office wearing a hoodie and sweats because I was cold, and the AC would kick on, and that pisses me off. I mean, the builder put the thermostat behind the door, which is always open, and how can it possibly do any accurate reading of a temp? So for everyone who knows me, getting me pissed off is where I'm most effective at taking action. And I know it's not just me because our community has a Facebook page where we ask for recommendations and share our gripes. And now I've had it. I'm pulling my hair out. I've got stressful work that's had me confined to my computer and desk with backaches. Oh yeah, and I also bought a new bed. And I'm just going to, now make this simple change without worrying about the cost because I can. So the engineering was pretty cool, actually, for what this company was able to retrofit. But really the most important thing to note here, aside from my boring, house projects, is that in order to have the upstairs function properly, they had to add another zone, which meant adding a thermostat in guess whose bedroom? Yeah, Elle's bedroom. I didn't think much of it because it all made sense. And then she saw it, right, of course, before bed, which is the last time you ever want your kid to perseverate over something new or off routine. And she is obsessed with this thermostat. Why isn't it pink, Mom? When will the boys come back to take it away? She doesn't like it. When will it be gone? We have 4 of these in the rest of the house, and she's never noticed them. And now I'm having to educate her to not touch it. Just leave it alone. Do not rip it off the wall and undo all the work that has just been done. A freaking thermostat in her room to make my surroundings pleasantly heated and cooled is now going to be a social story I should have prepared her for. So wish me luck in finding some pink and purple flowers or unicorn decals that I can use to hide it or decorate it. Some things never end. I'm sure many of you can relate with any kid. So I guess this isn't so much of a pod light after all. Maybe a pod midi? Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, which has always been my favorite holiday. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, we'd dress up in dorky sweaters and corduroy, and my great aunt and great uncle would come over for dinner, and there'd be perfect soft music playing, and the food was always perfect and good. As a grown-up, it was when I got to go home and be with my family. When I was in college, I always looked forward to staying up the night before Thanksgiving with my mom after my late flight would get in from college, and we would drink Cook's champagne. Classy. Later in life, I'd go out with my girlfriends. And I don't know if you know this, but the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving is, yes, a huge party night and a bar scene night. And tonight, I'm just looking forward to having my son home for his first time since he went off to college, and us being a family of 4 plus 2 dogs, 2 cats, and functional heating. I get to host Thanksgiving this year, and my mom is well aware that I will be doing a fried turkey. This is an important disclosure because the last time I hosted Thanksgiving, which was many, many years ago, and I did a fried turkey, my mom showed up at my front door with an entire roasted turkey in her hands that I did not know about in advance. I had been so excited to host and take the burden off my mom, and she shows up with her own freaking turkey. It's like the mom from Everyone Loves Raymond. I wish it had been caught on camera like a sitcom, with my mouth dropping open in utter amazement to Greg, where I mouthed the words, "Does she actually think I can't do my own turkey and that this is a backup turkey in case I fuck this up?" Honestly, her actual reasoning was that since the pot can only hold a certain size of bird, that we needed another in order to have enough leftovers. And of course, a fried turkey can't be stuffed, so we need a roasted one to have the stuffing. I do get the logic, and that's the story she's sticking to. And now I have full disclosure that she will be showing up tomorrow with her own bird. And that will be great because there will be juices to make the gravy. But it's just funny how the perspective changes to thinking I suck at hosting Thanksgiving to it just being done the way I want it done for me. And if someone needs something to make it happy for them, then so be it. The best part is my parents always bring really good wine, but it's too bad though because there never seems to be enough for leftovers. So whoop whoop to all out there as you hopefully have the Thanksgiving day tomorrow in whichever way you choose. Thank you all who have inspired me and support me and remind me of my dreams, how they can still be realized if even only one little pod, hug, or post like at a time. Inspiration is a rainbow of endless hope and possibilities, and it tastes almost as good as fried turkey. As my nephew said when he was younger, he was in the car with my brother-in-law who was swearing at another driver. And of course, young ears pick up every swear word and they learn it and they repeat it back perfectly. And my brother-in-law, thinks he quickly recovered with, "No, I just called the other driver a turkey." To which my nephew said sarcastically, "Gobble, gobble." This is Jen.